Hello, my name is Paul. I'm the oldest sibling of four kids.
The three siblings that have three different personalities. How do you adjust to how to interact with them?
Dealing with three kids with different personalities, really, it's not too different from dealing with regular people. They're they're people that just happen to be family, you know. But I do feel like a big part of it is understanding their boundaries, understanding who they are first, their wants, their dislikes, stuff like that. Makes it easier to get on a even level with them, to level with them. And I feel like that's really important, getting to know, how to teach them things, because that kind of comes hand in hand with siblings, understanding one another so you can build each other up, that kind of thing.
Describe how you handle juggling night shifts and being an older brother.
Okay, I admit it was really hard juggling babysitting and my own studies, but really the key was communication. That was a really big part in getting to know everyone's schedules and knowing everyone's preferences, like when they should be picked up, when do they want things done. Laying out the schedules for everyone really helped me the most, I think, because helped me organize my own days, and that way nobody got quote unquote left behind. Everyone was still able to go to school. I was still able to do my own classes in college. Things were still able to get done.
What's your ideal family vacation?
Ideal family vacation. I've always liked traveling for vacation. Our vacations were usually just going somewhere not very far. Maryland, which was about 3 hour drive from where we live. We would always go to Ocean City, see the beach. It was a really good break from the monotony of going to work, going to school. Traveling, I feel like, would be the best kind of vacation for us, especially if it's further out, so to speak. Really get us the mindset of getting out of work, that our old daily routine. It's really refreshing. It just feels like all that weight's just off the shoulders.
Did you ever think you'd be having two younger brothers and a younger sister?
When I was little, I thought I was only gonna have Mark. Jared was actually a surprise to me, and you were a surprise to all of us, so all happy surprises if you ask me.
When your little sister was in the hospital, how did you focus on your school and taking care of your two younger brothers?
I admit it was not easy, but honestly, it was a lot of faith. I feel like a lot of faith, a lot of hope, a lot of reassurance from my parents that everything would be all right. Because again, we were also working with one of the best surgeons in the world, so at least in the country, as far as I know. So I had no reason whatsoever to doubt, even though I do have my oh, what if this happens, what if that happens. But at the same time, going through the motions, I didn't have any reason to doubt any of those bad outcomes would happen. So I just had to keep focusing on what I was doing. Just had to keep going. Really, a lot of it I feel like is just understanding that you can only do what you're able to do, and sometimes that's really all there is to it. Just keep doing what you can do and hope for the best.
I understand you always think positive, but times when the doctors keep saying to your parents that you might not have a little sister, did you ever worry there's a chance you might not have a little sister?
You know, thinking back on it, I did not ever think of that possibility. To be honest, I really hope that they were just flat out wrong, because the impression I got from my parents was that they did not seem, I don't want to say incompetent, not incompetent, but rather I feel like they were being realistic about things. But at the same time, when it comes to that kind of stuff, sometimes nothing can be for certain until you see things through. So I feel like that was one of those times where, well, we just don't know until we get to that bridge and cross it.
What thoughts ran through your mind when you visited your little sister at the hospital with a halo?
I would have to say it was a crazy mix of it was an interesting mix of worry and concern and but also hope. A lot of hope really, because as painful as it was, I'm sure to you and everyone that got to experience that, it was also necessary for treating your condition. So I feel like you would have been worse off without it. It was definitely one of those necessary pains, so to speak. You know, like when you get an injury, you put a band-aid on it, you have to disinfect it and all that. In your case, you needed the halo. So I think I just sort of accepted it as a fact of life because, like many things in life, good, bad, whatever, there's always going to be an end for a new beginning.
If you had to pick one activity that you and your siblings like to do, what would it be?
One activity, that's easy. Play video games. We have a ton of video games you can play together, be it on the Switch, on the PlayStation 5, on our computers. It really is just like our thing, you know, to just game. It's a great activity for all of us to do, and it can be a learning thing too at the same time.
The next question is, what do you like to do on your day off?
On my days off, it can be a number of things. I guess the short answer would be my hobbies, usually. Unfortunately, lately, I would use my time off to take care of responsibilities. I think most people would do that. But, you know, when I actually have real time off, as in no responsibilities, I could play a game. Very, very, very big with the PC gaming scene. I'd play this. VR, a lot of VR games. It's great to be active and play video games at the same time. Two birds with one stone kind of thing. But wow. I do miss cooking. I used to cook a lot when I was in college, and I did find that fun. Making breakfast every morning, omelets, French toast, eggs, bacon, cheeseburgers. Not for breakfast, cheeseburgers for lunch, but, you know. But, I really did enjoy making, like, Philly cheesesteaks. Some onions, cheese, peppers. Cooking was really fun. And besides cooking, there's music, there's writing. You know, I play guitar. You know, I have like 3 or 4 guitars in my room right now. Playing music, making covers, that kind of stuff is really fun. But writing takes up a big chunk of my time. Even at work, if I find little breaks between shifts, between lab work that comes in, I would find myself writing, either on my phone or in my head, making ideas, stories, character concepts. It's very, very fun. Then being able to draw them on paper. That's, I feel like, is the ultimate form of expression. Being able to draw your ideas, put them out somewhere in some form. I feel like there's real beauty behind that.